Hello and welcome to CineStuff. Today we have a very special guest. This is going to be a new series called Meet the Experts, where I'm going to introduce you guys to professionals from the filmmaking and media industry to share with you their top secrets and tips to being successful at their job.
But first, cricket. They'll be faced by a whole load of new properties to survive. For example,
my name's Michael Wale. I work for ITV and I presented sport nightly on BBC television in London. I now write about agriculture and the environment. Well, today we're going to talk about how you start out in journalism. Often young people ask me, how do I become a journalist? What do I do? What matters? The top 3 things you should do before the interview is A, listen to your producer or editor. Secondly, think about the questions you'd like to ask. A journalist should always be inquisitive. That's the point of being a journalist. That's why I'm a journalist, because I'm inquisitive. You've got to be interested in people. You know, if you're not, give it up. Because if you show that you're a bit nervous, you'll get nowhere, because that freezes the person you're talking to, interviewing. So, before the interview, make sure you look good. Always look smart. Always look right. Have a look at yourself in the mirror. That is the sort of thing to prepare yourself. And maybe take a quiet moment to walk away from everybody else and think what you're going to say. Well, what matters really most are the questions you ask. 4 or 5 basic questions. How, why, when, what, where. Ask those, you're home and dried. Television interviewing is an art in itself. And the main thing in interviewing on television is the supplementary question. It's the second question that you're building for. So you ask the first question, very straightforward, because you're setting the person up for the hard question that's coming quick. So you must always be 2 questions ahead. Let the person talk and then bang, in you go. And you can only do that if you're well prepared. Do your research. There are so many people you see nowadays, they go, oh, I'm sorry, you didn't write that book. Yeah, they make a mistake. They obviously haven't read the man's book or the woman's book. And you've just got to know one jump ahead of the person you're interviewing. The most important thing in life to people is their name. Always get their name right. And now, how are you going to get that magic answer that's going to make the news tonight, tomorrow, for weeks? The big question. Ask fairly soft questions. You can ask questions about that person's interests. Their mind goes slightly off where you want to be. Your mind isn't off that. Oh yeah, you like chickens. Oh yeah, you got chickens? Oh, you keep them? Yeah, they're very nice. And what sort? Lure. Ask the question. I remember interviewing David Bowie, and I was then the young rock critic on the Financial Times of all papers. They'd never had one before. And I said, well, where would you like to be interviewed? And he said, the Dorchester Hotel. Well, the Dorchester Hotel in those days, you had to wear a tie. I had to ring back David Bowie and say, I'm afraid you'll have to wear a tie. Actually, he said, all right, I don't mind. And we did the interview, and actually Bowie was very, very nice. He relaxed me. But the art is relaxing your interviewee. It's all hard, long hours. Don't just work hours. Work as long as you can. You're a writer, that's it. You're like a snail. You can be anywhere in the world and earn a living. So finally, my message to everyone watching this is keep on doing what you're doing and you'll get there.